I'm not exaggerating when I say The Wild Robot is easily one of the best movies of the entire year, so here's my full spoiler-free thoughts on the best and worst parts of the movie. First of all, if this movie doesn't make you a little bit emotional, you might not have a heart because this film is so incredibly endearing and wholesome and has so many great emotional moments, and it's all thanks to this found family relationship between our main wild robot and the goose. Both Bright Bill and Miraz really don't fit in on this island at all with all the other animals, and they're kind of forced into being each other's family, and watching them learn and grow together has so many great moments. I'm not gonna lie, I was tearing up all throughout this movie. It's not even like all the emotional moments are the sad moments in the movie. There's some really just happy growth moments too that were also getting to me. I think by far the most impressive part of this entire film were the visuals. This thing is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I swear every single frame in this movie you could pause it on and it would look like it was a dedicated piece of art. It's kind of like paintbrush aesthetic the movie has going. It looks incredible in every single moment, and the use of color is just mind-blowing, honestly. Like, there were genuinely moments in this movie visually that just blew every other animated film I've seen this year completely out of the water, especially during some of the fall and winter seasons. They are absolutely gorgeous. It's not just the environments, all the character designs too blend in so perfectly. It is generally one of the best looking films I think I've ever seen in my life. The movie also was surprisingly funny. Now, it's not beating you over the head with constant attempted jokes like every other second. It really focuses on the emotional core of the film, but it knows when to lighten the mood or throw in just a really quick visual gag, or just throw in a quick witty joke that honestly, if you're not paying attention to, could go over your head, but it was all landing for me. I was laughing a lot more than I expected. A lot of credit goes to Catherine O'Hara and Pedro Pascal's characters. They were pretty much tasked with being the comedic relief for this film, and every time they needed to deliver a joke, even though Catherine O'Hara's character is barely in it, it absolutely landed. Pete Nyong'o also did an amazing job as the voice of Roz, because obviously you're playing this robot that's supposed to be kind of like monotone and emotionless, but you're also trying to deliver a performance that people can really connect to. She did an incredible job balancing those two things, and it's really great to see a celebrity actor do a great job and put a lot of effort into a voice acting role, unlike certain people, cough cough Chris Pratt. I think the most underrated aspect of this movie is the original soundtrack and score in it, because it is absolutely incredible and takes scenes that on their own were already great and elevates them to legitimately amazing moments in the film. It really comes at a perfect time. This has been a very bumpy year for animation until we now have Transformers 1 and The Wild Robot, but going back earlier with things like Despicable Me and the Garfield movie, whenever I hated on those movies, people always commented saying like, oh, what do you expect? It's a kid's movie. Something like this is what I respect. There was so much effort and care put into this movie. It has the funny moments, the emotional moments. They really tried to make an effective story that can connect to any single person that's watching it, and I think the movie widely succeeded at its goal. Kind of wild, if you asked me a month ago, I was excited for this. I thought it was going to be really good, but I did not think this was going to be like top 3 or 5 category for me, but right now I think it's sitting there in my top 5 of the year, and it gets a really strong 9 out of 10 from me. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below.